Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I am sharing an unboxing of everything that I purchased from The Good and the Beautiful for the upcoming 2024-2025 homeschool year. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 11 and 15. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So today I am sharing an unboxing, so I am going to try and get through this pretty quickly. Now, I was actually extremely surprised at the fact that I had only purchased one box from The Good and the Beautiful this year for the upcoming homeschool year. Now, I usually use a lot of the Good and the Beautiful curriculum in our homeschool, and for some reason I don't know, I'm going a different way this year a little bit. I am still sticking to the curriculum that we love from The Good and the Beautiful, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, but I was actually really surprised that I ordered so little. You know, usually I order a lot from The Good and the Beautiful, and that's not saying anything against the company. It's just with my kids getting older and my oldest daughter going into the 10th grade next year, there's a lot of different resources that we are going with. So this will be a very quick video with my one little box that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that while I was shopping for this curriculum, I did take part in their early bird sale. I do think that it is over now, but that's just another way that I like to save money in our homeschool is by purchasing these items in advance when they're on sale so that, you know, I could save a little bit of money there. But another way that I'm saving money on this upcoming school year that is not going to be in this box is that a lot of my soon-to-be 7th grade daughter's curriculum, her math and her language arts, I actually decided to use the free PDF versions of the language arts and math course from The Good and the Beautiful for her instead of purchasing the physical copy to keep my expenses down. I had talked in a previous video that that was one of my goals, that I needed to cut back on homeschool expenses. Our budget is a little bit lower this year, and because I have like this printer that I am in love with, I have an EcoTank now, and I have my own like binding machine and all of that, I decided to go ahead and utilize the free PDFs for, I think it was the language arts level 6 for my soon-to-be 7th grader and the math 7 for Lydia as well. So those are two items that I would have purchased from The Good and the Beautiful, but decided to go with the PDF free versions to cut back expenses. So we are still using a lot of their resources. It's just I'm looking for ways to keep, you know, the expenses down this upcoming school year. But let's get into the box, because that's why you guys are here, right? So as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet. I typically share curriculum videos like what we're going to be using for the upcoming school year in July, which will probably be no different on my channel, just because I like to take my time and really be sure about what I'm purchasing. So you will be seeing more in-depth videos later about the curriculum choices for Bella's 10th grade year and Lydia's 7th grade year, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of maybe do unboxing videos this year so that you can kind of see everything kind of a little bit at a time, just get ideas. Okay, here it is. And as you can see, it is not too much, like I was saying. Okay, so just so you know, again, I will do a video with more information and in-depth, you know, type of stuff later when we get closer to the school year. So this is just kind of showing you what I purchased from The Good and the Beautiful. So we have the Christoph von Schmidt collection. This is for my high schooler. Harriet the Moses of Her People. Sagebrush Surgeon, I think is what it's called. Men of Iron. A Girl of Limberlost. So those books that I just shared with you, these are all of the books that are a part of the high school year 2 course, and that is something that I purchased as well. I did purchase the 10 unit high school year 2 course set. Now I do already have the grammar and writing guide that goes with this, and I'm going to be using a PDF version of the answer key for this. So this is all I really needed to purchase for her, is the high school year 2 booklets, which there's again 10 booklets in here, and then the books that are required to go along with this course. So I pretty much just got the high school year 2 course. And then I did pick up their handwriting level 5 for my soon-to-be 7th grader. She is still really interested in perfecting her cursive, so I thought that level 5 would be great. Now, I was thinking about ordering the PDF version on this, but it was actually a little bit more expensive, which I do understand because, if you get the PDF version and print it yourself, you can use it for multiple students. So it was actually cheaper for me to just buy it already printed, and that's why I did that, or else, again, I would have printed it with my fancy printer that I'm in love with. It has made such a huge difference in our homeschool, this printer I bought last October. It has really changed the way I'm able to homeschool my kids. Okay, the next thing that I picked up is the level 6 reader. So I know I mentioned that I was going to use the PDF version of the curriculum. I just found that it would be easier for my daughter to use a book that has a spine like this. And if I was to print it myself, I felt like it would be a lot more work, a lot of cutting, and I would have to bind it with, like the spiral binding that I have. And sometimes she doesn't like that for actual readers. Like, she doesn't mind it for like a course book, but when it's a reader, it's not her favorite. So I just thought I'd pick her up the physical copy. And again, because I did it during the early bird sale, I was able to save a little bit of money on it. But that's the only thing I really purchased for her language arts through the Good and the Beautiful, because again, I'm using those free PDF versions for her next year. Now, the last thing, again, I told you it was going to be super quick. The last thing that I had purchased is actually for my high schooler once again, and I purchased a high school honors book study, Pride and Prejudice. Now, I purchased the booklet, and then I purchased the actual reader for her. Again, my daughter this school year, she really enjoyed their language arts course, the high school year 1, and she's currently working through like an honors book study. Oh gosh, now I can't remember. Little Men. She's working through the Little Men honors book study from the Good and the Beautiful. And we're just kind of going to be using this one in the same way, where if she finishes her language arts early, if we're noticing she's working through it faster, or that she needs a little bit more work, she will use this next year, kind of like as a just in case, Again, my daughter is very much into language arts, my soon-to-be 10th grader. It is her strong suit. She loves to read, so she usually works through the course a little bit faster, and this is kind of like a little backup plan. And also, I think that it is great that she's going to be reading Pride and Prejudice. She had never read it before. I had never read it to her, which I'm actually kind of surprised because we read so many classics in the past, but I just thought that this would be perfect for her. So I just picked it up kind of like a just in case, and again, I wanted to do that when it was on sale. So that is everything that I purchased from the Good and the Beautiful for the upcoming school year. I am actually extremely surprised that that is it. Usually I am purchasing some kind of, science unit study or something like that for my kids, and I have them all. So I didn't need to purchase any kind of science. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be using any of those units next year. We will see. But yeah, I was actually really, really surprised that this was all I had to order from the Good and the Beautiful. But again, keep in mind, I am using a couple of their free resources as well. But that is it for today. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Let me know. Did you order anything from their early bird sale? Did you take advantage of that, discounted time period where you got things that you wanted from there? Let me know what you purchased from the Good and the Beautiful, or what your plans are for next homeschool year. I'd love to hear it. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.